again.
Are you ready to pod?
Yes, but I only have time for a quickie.
Let's go.
Ready.
This is a pod for the lonely. Can you hear me tonight? Today's topic, you guessed it, about loneliness. Now, one would never think that loneliness can be harmful, but it actually is. Plenty of studies have shown that the stress that comes from loneliness is one of the most harmful things a human can experience. We age quicker, it makes cancer deadlier, Alzheimer's advance faster, and not to mention our immune system weakens. And did you know that loneliness is twice as unhealthy as obesity? And it's also the equivalent of smoking 1 pack of cigarettes a day. It can lead to early death and depression. More and more people are lonely today, and the fact that social media, that you can FaceTime and all this technology that keeps us connected, even with that, more and more people are lonely.
If you do have family, if you do have friends, if you do interact with the grocer or the taxi cab ride or the person who's, selling you a book at the bookstore, these are all moments that you have with humans that it's time to up your level of engagement and satisfaction with the interactions you do have. Some people say they're lonely and they're not truly alone. They do interact with people throughout the day, but at an internal sense, because they're not drawing satisfaction from those interactions, that they never feel connected. Does that make sense? And so the job, all of our job is any human interaction that we have to amplify our presence in that moment, to be with the people that we are with, not detached in our own fears, our own worries, our own insecurities, but to just, boom, get there and get interested in other people. See, our fear when we're lonely is that no one's gonna be interested in us. And maybe that will always be the truth. Our job is to amplify the interest and presence we have with other people, to ask them questions about how they're doing, to engage in their life, to see how they're doing. Doesn't mean that we don't share our own as well, but we got to amplify our interest with other people, get present with them. And then when we depart from any interaction, and this is the hardest part, no matter what that interaction was, to draw satisfaction from it. To say, that went pretty well.
Connection isn't created by the things we go get. Connection is created by the things we go back to. Don't do something new. Find something you're already doing with your friends and families, or in your intimate relationships, or within your communities. And do that thing over and over and over again. Do it with intention. Do it during the good times, and do it during the mundane. So when the inevitable emotional storms hit, you have your ritual to go back to. You have your very own anchor of connection.
If you want to take your interactions to a whole new level and create connections that are real with people, then you have to share about yourself and open up. Believe it or not, when we take the risk to say what's really on our minds, that's when we create connections that are real and meaningful with people, and people want to come back to us.
Learn to be more explicit about what you need, about what you want, about what you dream of, to actually share that of yourself. A lot of us feel lonely because we don't feel like people understand. And the truth is, they probably don't understand. And a lot of people don't understand because we've never explicitly communicated. We hope that they picked up on our hints. We hope that they would give us time and patience to come out of our shell, but that's not a good strategy, just hoping. A good strategy is expressing, communicating, honestly sharing with people who you are, what you desire, what you need, what you dream of, to learn to verbalize that. Sometimes the next level of getting out of our own shell is to realize that by learning to share your own voice with others, you make an impact.
That was some great lonely advice from Brendan.com and from Olivia Reams. So if you're feeling lonely, just, the world is not going to see you and say, oh, I see a lonely person, let me go talk to them. No, you need to go out there and talk and engage, and meaningful engagement. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a pod for the lonely. Can you hear me tonight?
Hey Podheads, if you have not done so, you can download our very own app. It's available at all app stores. And there's no excuse for missing out on the pod because the pod is available wherever you can listen to a podcast. And here we go, at a count of 3, everyone, let's sign off. 1, 2, 3, say it with me. Don't fall off the pod. It's kind of corny, isn't it? I don't know.